Rob, Bath on Saturday, obviously. What is it about you and Bath, do you think?
Well, I think the reality is, I think we've normally been disappointed with parts of the game when we've played, and I don't think that's taking anything away from Bath. You know, we're very aware they're a good side, played a lot of Premiership rugby, very well established side with good players. So that's not a negative against Bath. I just think we feel we haven't probably quite really had one of those real form performances from ourselves, and that's obviously got to be the challenge, that we play, you know, right up to near our potential. If you play up near your potential, you have a good chance of winning Premiership games of rugby. So that's got to be our focus. We've had a good preparation week. We've come through the Gloucester, you know, a disappointing final score at Gloucester, but we've come through that strong, and I hope we've learnt from it, and I hope we've learnt from the way we've played against Bath in the past, because I don't think we've ever really gone out there and said, right, we're going to totally try and dominate this game and parts of the momentum of the game, and then if you partly succeed in that, you give yourself a great chance of winning. And you know, that's what we have to do. You know, we have to be at home, we have to try and control as much of the game as possible, force our moments on the game. That's obviously difficult in the Premiership because the other team are trying to do the same. But I think overall we've just got to go for it a little bit more, I think.
And the players will be aware of that record. Does that in a way almost make your team talk down? I mean, you're not going to have to wind them up at all, are you?
No, it kind of doesn't really work like that. I don't think you ever go, you know, there's one particular game that's more important than the others. I think the teams that come through a Premiership season well and kind of get what they want by the end of it are teams that can take a little bit of a longer view, that it's not just about being defined by one season. It's a steady progression of a lot of good performances, and that's what we have to do. You know, we feel we've put some good back-to-back performances together. We're not unduly concerned that we put a bad performance in last week, but we have to back that up now at home again. You know, and we're proud of our home record this season. It's been a good improvement for us. But as I say, you know, we've not got to take that for granted. We've got to know that you've got to play hard every week. If you play hard every week, you give yourself a chance, and that's what we have to do. You know, we have to hit the pitch in the right frame of mind, and just be nice and desperate to force a result in front of a crowd who I know this game will mean a lot to, and I hope the fact that it means a lot to our supporters. It's a local derby, as you say, we haven't beaten Bath before. I hope that gives it an extra bit of incentive for the players, not because they wanted to get a monkey off their back. You know, seasons aren't about that; they're about playing well. But just because it's a big game over Christmas in an important period in the Premiership for us.
What's the team use on?
Team uses, yeah, we're pretty settled. You know, we have tinkered a little bit. You know, Tommy Hayes is back, not because James Hanks has done anything wrong, but we've got a very strong group of second rows at the moment, and it's almost difficult getting them all the game time they probably deserve. So, like I say, a little unfortunate on James, but again, you know, great to have captain back in there in a big game. You know, and other than that, really, Phil Dolman back from illness. You know, he would have played last week, would have started, but had to drop out late with illness. So it's good to have him back involved as well. So, as I say, you know, TJ's kind of recovered from a kind of chest and shoulder knock, so it's nice to have him back available to us as well. So, like I say, we've only kind of tinkered really. We've not made too many changes. We haven't needed to. You know, injuries at the minute aren't too much of an issue, and so at the minute, you know, there's a little bit of rotation possible in the backs, and there's the odd bit of rotation possible in the forwards, and we'll keep doing that week by week now, probably till the end of the season, because we have got a nice group of players who are looking forward to playing each week and are staying pretty fresh.
Thank you. In terms of the year, Rob, this is the last one of 2012. How do you look back on the year? It's been another great year for the club. Yeah,
pretty good. I think there's more positives than negatives. I mean, it's like anything. You'd always want to have won every game, but there's a reality that you know, you don't get to the end of the Premiership season having won every game. You know, and you're unlikely to go through a Heineken Cup season winning every game. And I think we're doing okay. We're in a nice place at the right time of year to see if we can push on a little bit, and I think that's the key, is to make sure that you stay maybe a little bit ahead of where you were in previous seasons for as long as you can, and then that just, like I say, it always gives you a base to push from. And for us, we've pushed on a bit the last few weeks in the way we collected points and the way we played in the Heineken Cup, and the key is for us to continue like that. You know, if we can collect some points in these next 2 weeks, when we come back to Premiership in what, 6-7 weeks time, you know, it's going to be an exciting time for us, and you know, I'd like to think as the grounds dry up and we can really get back to getting on the front foot rugby that we were enjoying playing at the start of the season, and really pushing on that ambition to score tries, that, you know, we'll be coming stronger as our last couple of injuries clear up. You know, and the end of the season will be very exciting for us, but it'll only be exciting if we really show our mettle now in these tough conditions, in these tough derby games, because ultimately, you know, no team's going to kind of win the Premiership at this time of year, but you can certainly make it tough for yourself to be where you want to be at the end of the year. And there's no doubt that the Heineken Cup's been good for us this year, and we'd like to qualify for it again. And we were within one game of the top 4 last season, and we'd like to be competitive right up to the last week of the season in that as well. And those are big goals for us, and they're big ambitions, but they'll only come from kind of week by week quality performances, and that's what we've got to concentrate on. Let's just be good this weekend, and as I say, maybe next year can be more exciting than this year, but it kind of depends on what we're doing at the moment. In
terms of Bath, they come into on the back of a heavy home loss. Do you expect a kind of wounded animal coming at you this weekend? Yeah,
and it's kind of a scenario you never really want to face. We were pretty pleased with our performance at Gloucester away from home, and Bath will be very disappointed with their performance at home. So the motivations there will be interesting. For us, it's probably about really looking to continue keeping ourselves on form and being very competitive every week, and that desire and that ambition and that enjoyment of playing well. And as you say, for Bath, it's almost about putting the record straight and showing that for them, their season is going to stay exciting for them. So it's going to be an interesting challenge, but that's what the Premiership is every week. The Premiership brings different challenges all the time. This is just another one for us to face. It's one for us to go, right, well, we can get over a bit of disappointment from last week, and we can really show our mettle this week at home, and see if our motivation is a bit stronger than Bath's.